Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to the Sanctuary. I'm your host, CruiseNickX. Once again, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV, the final expansion, or the newest expansion. I shouldn't have said final, my bad. The newest expansion in the Final Fantasy XIV storyline. We are here in living memory, shutting down each of the terminals. So far, we have completed shutting down 3 of them. We have 1 more terminal to shut down before we head towards the Meso terminal again. And this one is the Arrow terminal, which means that once we shut this down, we will lose Hakuya, Arenville's mother, who is also an endless. Well, we don't have much time, so let's get right down to it with our next quest in this journey, an Explorer's Delight. I must say, the closer we get to the end, the faster time seems to pass us by. Come, let's head to the 4th and final zone. By now you know how to get there, yes? Yes, we do. Excellent. This time I'd like to quickly check on the Meso terminal, so I'll meet you at the Gate of Remembrance. Come on, everyone. Alright, back to leynode Mano, or Namo. Yeah, Namo. Because the M in the front is silent. As far as I can tell, we still have some leeway with the Meso terminal. Meaning you can carry on getting to know the Endless in the last zone. Wind's Path Gardens, it's called. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. That's where your memories are stored, yes? That's right. I left it for last so I could guide you for as long as possible. Very thoughtful of me, yes? Ooh, a great idea just occurred to me. What might that be? I'll save it for after we've arrived on the other side. See you there. Her great ideas are generally less than great. Hey, Arenville? As much as I want to grant your mother her wish, I also want to respect yours. When all's said and done, I want you to be happy. I hope you know this. I know. I know. Hakuya isn't only his mother. She's his mentor as well. I can only make it harder for him to say goodbye. Let's go. For now, we keep doing what we've been doing. Seeking out Endless and learning what's dear to them. Sorry, something caught in my throat. I don't think we need to. Greetings and welcome to Wind's Path Gardens, the sanctuary of exploration and discovery. The marvels of the natural world await you.
If I could have everyone's attention, I know we have pressing business, but I'd like to say a few words.
Oh, really?
Before I died, I had 2 wishes. The first was to see who my Eleneshpia would become. I would say that wish has been fulfilled.
And the other?
Indeed, it has. For the boy who once shunned company has returned a somewhat sociable man, surrounded by wonderful friends. As his mother and mentor both, I couldn't be more proud. As for my second wish, that was to see all manner of nature that I had never seen before. I hoped to explore every corner of the world and there find thriving life. But I didn't even get to see all of Tural, did I? Never enough hours in a day, or days in a year, or years in a life. Kakiwa. Oh, don't give me that look. Though, admittedly, I did go and spoil the mood. Apologies. What I was so poorly trying to work up to asking was this. I want you to help me fulfill my second wish. I have a good feeling about this place. There is so much here I've never seen before, I just know it. We'd love to see it with you. I thought you might say that. Thank you.
All right.
Windspath Gardens is home to a collection of flora and fauna that once thrived on the continent. Like the rest of living memory, I haven't explored it in earnest. Controlling my vessel demanded all of my attention. But at long last, I'll get to meet the creatures here. Wrap things up with a perfect little adventure. So, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Absolutely not.
Oh. Now Aaron Bill's gonna be the dick biscuit.
We're to grant you your wish, and then what? You leave? You cannot ask that of me.
Oh, Eleneshpia. Please understand. I just wanted to end on a happy note. Not only for myself, but for all of us. Better that than a sad goodbye, surely.
Right, let's... Then, with your consent, let's begin our adventure! Naturally, while we go about this, feel free to continue befriending Endless. And be sure to absorb the delightful scenery. We can ride and explore. And destroy anything that decides to get in our path. Like these outrunners. Nakuya, didn't you dispose of one of these? Okay. This particular garden is called Blooms of Discovery. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. And they are all actual plants? They are indeed. These specimens were brought here hundreds of years ago for conservation, as the calamity had pushed them to the brink of extinction. So this zone is like a great conservatory. Precisely, my dear Kryle. Here you'll find flora and fauna the likes of which no longer exist anywhere. Doesn't the thought just set your heart aflutter? I suppose. I expect that some creatures I encountered outside of Doral may have cousins in this world. While I am no expert on life in the reflections, it would make for an interesting study to compare them. Now there's an idea. Leave it to my pupil to think of such. Here we have not only a world's traversing adventurer and a veteran gleaner, but a pair of Charlian's finest scholars besides. It's a veritable gathering of inquisitiveness, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Let's grab this one. All right. Let's continue. To begin with, I'd like you to scout out the vicinity and report back with any points of note. This would be a good opportunity to speak with the locals. They're bound to be familiar with the area after all. As Ellen Eshbia suggested, it would be interesting to compare the creatures here with those native to the source. I never ventured outside of Toral, so I look forward to your insights. Just leave it to us. I've only ever been to Charlian myself, but I'd like to think I know interesting when I see it. Alright. I guess we'll just go, and as we progress towards the Aetheryte, we'll... Oh, hello there. What am I doing, you ask? Look up the trunk. See the plants within capsules? These are specimens that either can't survive in Wind's Path Gardens or would become invasive and disrupt the ecosystem. The capsules recreate the condition they require, from tropical to frigid climes, while keeping them isolated. In this way, any and all plant life can be preserved forever, just like ourselves. Okay. Hey, Snow, feel free to lurk and enjoy the show. You see a creature wandering about that resembles the treants native to the Twelveswood. Oh yeah, the Timberman. Okay. Oh, there's an observation point here. The flower garden appears to be meticulously maintained, if not by Endless, then by machine. Did you know that even the water here is created using electrode? The initial product is too pure though, and adjustments have to be made so the composition resembles what's found in the natural environment. That's just one of many things they do to create the ideal conditions for these plants to thrive. I don't know what's become of the world outside the barrier, but I should like to visit a lovely spot such as this in real life. Speaking of lovely spots, have you been to the top of this lookout here? It's a great vantage point, and there's even a food stall in case you're hungry. The final aetheryte of our journey. Yep, that was the last aetheryte. Leynode Nemo, leynode Pyro, and finally leynode Arrow. Ah, there's the Endless. My ancestors aren't actually Alexandrian, but hailed from a place called Conde Petit. They had some unique customs there. For instance, when greeting someone, you had to say "Lally ho" in a spirited manner. Our settlement was also famous for a gigantic tree that grew nearby. It was so enormous that when you stood at its base, the roots covering the ground went beyond the horizon. The terminal here at Wind's Path Gardens is apparently inspired by that very tree. The Ifa tree, its name was. It may not be real, but it's nice to have it as a memento for posterity. Alright, let's ride back to... Let's ride back to Kakuya. All right. Ah, welcome back, Chris. Kyle has just delivered to me a most fascinating report. You had some engaging impressions to share too, I hope. Well, that is all very I can talk, I swear. Well, that is all very interesting indeed. But I must say, I am most fascinated by the ambulating trees. While there are similar creatures in Urkopacha, could you tell me more about these treants as you know them? There are various subspecies, such as those with red leaves or a gnarled look. Is that so? Though it makes sense they would adapt to their environment in that fashion. I imagine they need careful management to flourish, such as having specific varieties of trees around them. The the management of ecosystems. That calls to mind Labyrinthos, does it not? That it does. Lest you wonder, Labyrinthos is a storage facility deep beneath Charlian that contains a recreation of a temperate climate zone. Such a place exists? Amazing! By the by, did anyone also catch sight of a large scale kin? A large scale kin, you say? What does it look like? Nothing I've seen before, but it has a rodent-like form and walks on all fours. If it looks like a rodent, wouldn't that make it a beastkin? No, it's covered in scales, ones that appear to mimic succulent plants. By that, I would definitely classify it as a scalekin. Well, it's hard to say for certain without seeing it. Why don't you show me? Very well. It was in a flower field earlier, and should still be near. Let's head over there then. When we find it, we'll see who's right. The two of you should come along too and lend us your opinions. Go on ahead, Chris. I'll let the others know and then join you. Alright, back this way to engage in an intellectual pissing match. Alright, what is this beastkin scalekin you saw? You spot a beast resembling the Eshivor you encountered in the first. That's the one there. I see, I see. At a glance, it certainly has the look of both scalekin and beastkin. Let's examine it more closely, shall we? Tell me your observations. Covered in plant-like scales. That was also the first thing I noted. I dare say those scales are for hiding in foliage. Having studied it, I believe that the scales upon its back are in fact a unique form of hide. Rather than being shed, it grows with the creature. You may be right. If we consider that along with its other characteristics, such as its face and hands, it's more likely to be a beastkin, like you said. A physical examination would be needed to confirm this beyond doubt, but I'm satisfied simply to have seen it. It seems you alone were familiar with this species. Where did you encounter it? Back in the first. The fairy kingdom of the first? Chris has been to the very edge of existence. He has seen life that others could only imagine. Amazing! Creation truly holds no end of mysteries. Oh, how I'd love to see them all. The life beyond the bounds of our star and plane both. Looks like we're having fun. Hearing about the unknown never fails to rouse me. I felt the same way when Katanram and Galoof treated me to tales of their travels. You've met my grandfather too? Oh? Didn't I already mention it? It was when Galoof came to Taral to investigate the Golden City. I happened to have business with Galul Jaja, so we met in Tuliolal. Little did I know that the tiny babe he was cradling would return as you. To think that our paths had already crossed all these years ago. Not only yours and mine either. Ellen Eshbia was there too, you know. I don't remember. It's quite fine if you don't. It was actually because Galoof told me about Charlian that I later urged Ellen Eshbia to take up gleaning. My fussy Bun Bun was growing up dour and withdrawn, and it was when I was at my wit's end that I recalled your grandfather's story about gleaners. Seeing the world through their adventures would inspire a change for the better, I believed. I'm sorry I was dour and withdrawn. If you ask me, you'll still have some work to do. But it's because you're that way that you're with us now. And I, for one, am grateful. Well, let's keep moving, shall we? There is a facility I've been wanting to visit. The Clara Museum of Nature. They're supposed to have creatures that'll take you on leisure flights. There's just one problem. It seems only 3 people can fly at one time. Then you and Erendil should go. The rest of us still have plenty of other things we can do here. If there's room for one more, why don't you come with us, Chris? Then it's settled. The museum is at the bottom of the ramp that runs west of Leynode Arrow. Come on! Oh, let's go. There we go. And here we are. There we go. Here it is. The Clara Museum of Nature. The main building is closed due to the ether shortage, but happily they're still offering leisure flights. And these are the fellows that will bear us. How adorable! They don't look capable of flight. Come on, you know better than to judge a creature by its appearance. This will be great. I just know it. Oh boy. Begging your pardon, but this is where you go on leisure flights, yes? Indeed it is. Bearing you will be our adorable Mewapihiara. Our adorable Mewapihiaras, who are especially played by a Chorali friend. Just say the word and we'll send you up, up, and away. And there you have it. Shall we then? You're ready? Go ahead and mount up. Then the Mewahabaharas fly a set route, so you need only relax and enjoy the view. Let's do it. How exhilarating! I'll be damned. They really do fly. Hey, The way we're flying information, don't we look like migrating birds? Except we're on giant rodents. Speaking of migrating birds, the mallard is where your name comes from. Did I ever tell you that? That I know, but I landed from the shamaness. Not from you. A migrating bird can fly anywhere it desires, even across oceans to distant continents. And you've done just that, my clever mallard. I thank you not to call me that. Oh dear, is it over already? Time really does fly when you have fun. What a joy to see living memory from up high. That was wonderful. An experience worth saving for the very end. You two enjoyed yourselves as well, I trust. Indeed I did. It was enjoyable enough, I suppose. From my fussy bun, that's high praise. I'm glad I invited you and Chris. Thank you for indulging me. If I could, I'd go for another 100 rides, but I must settle for the one. It's time we were headed to the Aero Terminal. If there are still things you wish to do, you'll want to do them now. When you're ready, make your way along the path yonder. I'll find the others and let them know the same. Erinville. She's only a facsimile constructed from her memories. I understand this. But when she's right there, as alive and spirited as I've ever known her, how am I supposed to do it? How am I supposed to erase her? Does she even know how it tears me apart? Oh, Erinville. Oh, we might as well make our way. Aquia.
How delightful this has been. Not since my journey with the Dawn Servant have I enjoyed myself so. No, I'm selling it short. This was even better. And that's because I was able to share this adventure with my darling boy. Well, this is as far as I can go. As for the rest...
Just stop. You're doing it again. Deciding everything by yourself, and then disappearing.
Eleneshpia, you're my pupil, so you ought to understand. Everything that lives must one day die, And that which has died isn't meant to return. This is the way of nature. Mine is an unnatural existence, and I've suffered it only because I had to unmake this twisted mausoleum. But now that brave souls have appeared to whom I might entrust my mission, I may finally embrace the end. Can't you be happy for me?
How could I be happy?
I was actually quite scared, you see. Scared that I'd be trapped inside the barrier forever and denied the thrill of discovery for all my days. Your coming gave me courage and comfort, Eleneshpia. More than you know. And now here I stand, unburdened and free. In this moment, the happiest of my life.
This is something only you can do.
As you wish, Mother. I'll continue what you began. You were right, of course. Leaving home has broadened my horizons. I've met my friends and found this place. So I bid you leave your dreams with me. And no, I'll go where you couldn't go, and do what you couldn't do. I will.
Look at you, all grown up and dependable. Yet with so much more ahead. A world of experiences await you, each a lesson of its own. You may know failure and burning regret, but these too shall become beacons to guide you. So come what may, hold your head high and carry on with conviction. And wherever your journeys take you, keep me close to your heart, will you? I should like to be there, to see what I haven't seen.
You will be, Mother.
Now, run along. And never forget that you're my pride and joy. I trust you all can handle the rest. Take care, and farewell.
One final look at the past. One last word with Kakuya before we go. I couldn't have asked for more fulfilling final hours than these. I'm so happy to have met you, Chris. You and everyone. Thank you for the memories. And thank you for watching over my Eleneshbia. He'll be fine now. I know it. All right. Moment of truth. All right. We leave this to you, Erenville. I won't waver. Not anymore. If you're ready yourselves, so am I. Oh, let's do it. Oh, go ahead.
That makes all of them.
Yep.
All that remains is to wait for the meso terminal to become vulnerable when it's about to initiate fusion. And then we strike.
Shame we couldn't do more.
Please be advised, we are entering the final phase of world bridging. Repeat, we are entering the final phase of world bridging. The ether of all residents will shortly be replenished. Be at ease. No action on your part is required. We thank you for your patience.
Wait, it's already begun?
Well, we have no choice. Not a moment too soon. It's as if she's saying she won't let us do as we please anymore. Through our time here, we've come to know what it is Fiend seeks to protect. But that doesn't change what we have to do. Alright. The final quest in our journey, Dawntrail, will be done in just a few minutes on a few we're gonna be that will be covering a few episodes. We will be starting it in the next episode. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're watching on YouTube, here are the links provided. See you in a bit.